Hey there, welcome to Millennium Milestone Presents, a site dedicated to storytelling in books, movies, video games, and other exciting genres, encouraging you to please like, share, and subscribe, or else we'll put a cape on you, shove you off a cliff, and find out if you can go up, up, and away. Alright, Cape, that was a little dark, but you get the point. Well, Superman trailer just dropped today, the full trailer that is, and we get even more details into the upcoming movie that's coming off this July. Can't wait to see this one. This is the one I really am hoping really hits it off with a grand slam, so to speak. So we get, from the beginning of the trailer, some more details touching on Superman with the preface of the conversation that Lois and Clark have together in an interview style that debates a little bit into, does Superman have the right to intervene in conflicts throughout the world? Does he have the right to be the world's police? At least that's how it's presented here. And then we get this montage of beautiful different shots relating to that situation, such as saving people from kaijus to superpowered beings to all sorts of other dangers that could occur in a day at Metropolis right here. As before, I've noticed that fan reaction to the trailer, or at least the teaser when that started a few months back, seemed to be cautiously optimistic about the movie. There have been reshoots on the movie, so of course people are not sure what they're going to get with this kind of film, especially from James Gunn. There have been also worries about, is this really a Superman movie or a James Gunn movie? Which is it? And we hope those answers will be, those questions will be answered soon enough in when the movie comes out in July. It's right now, let's find out and see where it goes. The marketing for this hasn't been really all that great, but still it hasn't taken away any of my excitement for this. I hope that we get a Superman that at least is deserving to be on the big screen. After all, we did just have Henry Cavill just not too long ago, and many fans still have not forgotten about that, unfortunately. But here we are in this trailer, getting also some looks at other heroes, such as the Justice Society of America, I believe it is, that is also being involved in this movie as well. Another concern that I noted while watching the trailer, in the scene where Lois is interviewing Superman, one of the things she had asked as a very dagger-like question to him was, did you went to the White House and talked with the president? And it's only interesting, not just because of the question, but right after, it cuts right to Lex Luthor. The reason that's a little bit significant to me, having been a fan of comics for years, is that in the comics, and DC Comics specifically, Lex Luthor had become president of the United States at one time. So it does lead to the question, are they going down the path of having Superman square off with the president, and that's why we're having this conflict where Superman is the enemy? The other concern I have with that is because not too long ago, Captain America Brave New World came out, and once again, Marvel, in that particular instance, had to change things around and not make the president the main villain of the story. And recently, when I was watching Daredevil Born Again, there were hints that alluding to the mayor, in this case, Wilson Fisk, was an allegory for a sitting president at the same time. So that is a concern of me in more ways than one, because once again, are we going down the path of criticizing a sitting president once again? Well, I'm not saying you're not allowed to say what you want about anybody or anything if you feel a certain way, but I hope you know what you're doing, James Gunn, if you do, in fact, are going down this particular route. Now, I do want to give some positives to this, and one of the first things I'm going to start with, which I think will help to maintain that positivity a little bit more so, is Crypto. Not going to lie, the dog's damn freaking cute. And it's a nice little touch to the movie that I think we're going to have this animal in there to kind of add a little bit of heart to the film in that way. David Cornsweet. As of right now, I'm pretty much sold on him being Superman. Is he Henry Cavill? No, he's never going to be Henry Cavill, but the voice, the tone, it definitely fits Superman so far. I still think I need to see a little bit more, but I think I'm sold enough that he's going to make it through in this film just fine. As for Lois, from what I'm gathering from some corners of the internet on this one, it looks as if some people think that Lois is going to be kind of obnoxious. And I haven't seen anything myself that seems to give me that tone. I get that, particularly this interview that I heard recently from other rumors, that this is going to be a 10-minute conversation, maybe more, in the movie. I so far am not getting the impression that she's being mean spirited or obnoxious. I think, based on what I'm seeing from this interview, Lois is probably trying to, how should I put it, prepare Superman for when he's questioned about his actions throughout the world. I think she's actually doing it to help him and not to actually be a jerk to him. One positive that definitely stands out in this film is Nicholas Hoult, my goodness, stands out as Lex Luthor. He is phenomenal in this role, and I hope he has a great future with this. He has the right tone, the right charisma for Lex Luthor, and I see nothing but good things happening for him in this, and can't wait to see his performance in this movie. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't at least acknowledge a few other things that are concerns to some fans. One of them is, of course, the numerous number of characters that are in this film, such as Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl and Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. So there are reports that some are saying that they aren't going to play that major role in this film as we think they're going to be. And I hope that is the case, because at the end of the day, I do want this to be a Superman film, not a Justice League movie or a quote-unquote Guardians type movie, if you know what I mean. Because there is that possibility of that goofiness being in this movie. And that leads me to one other concern that I'm particularly hoping that this movie will not be. I don't want it to be another Guardians type of movie. I do want it to have a little bit more serious tone and heart to it, but not at the expense with comedic timing that kind of waters down, important things about this, because Superman is such a legacy character that you don't want to just simply water down with jokes. And is there a place for humor? Absolutely, I do agree with it. Even in Richard Donner's Superman, there were some humorous moments, but they were relevant to the story at the very least. For instance, one of them that comes to mind was the running gag when Superman in Superman, I believe it's 3, if I remember correctly, was powerless and got beaten up at a bar one time, or not a bar, a diner. And later on, when he got his powers back, he got a little bit of payback on those guys. At best, it was comedic, and it served its purpose, but in small doses. So, again, we don't want to say the comedy's not necessary, but let's try to balance it out with a tone of heart and a little bit of humor at the same time. All in all, I'm still excited for this movie. I would love to hear from the rest of you what you guys think of the trailer as well. Do you think it's going to be successful in July with the other juggernaut movies such as Jurassic Park and the Fantastic Four? Like, share, and subscribe, and you best better believe I'll be back.